common heart you hear underneath me right now. Clinton Clegg, one of the many voices you're going to hear at Voices Carry, which happens on October 3rd at Stage AE for the 13th year. I'll be your host. Very excited for it. Right now from Auberle, joining us is John Lydon. And John, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Randy.
First of all, 13 years. It's hard to believe we've been doing this long. And I still feel like there's work to be done in getting people to understand what Auberle's all about. So I'll hand it over to you and let you do a better job than I could explaining the great work that everyone at the Auberle Foundation does here in Pittsburgh.
Auberle works with at-risk children and families throughout the region. We served almost 4,000 young people last year. We do it in a variety of ways. Certainly, you know very well about our 412 Youth Zone downtown, which is young people aging out of foster care between the ages of 16 and 24. And we now have that's a voluntary program to provide whatever services kids need with 74 partners. We have over 1,200 young people on the roster there.
1,200?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really gone well, and whatever they need, we're able to connect them with a partner to help. Just building a music studio. We're going to have a video at Voices Carry about it with young people very excited. They met with some of the Voices Carry performers to talk about the role music plays in their life and how they can express themselves. We're one of the largest foster care providers in the region, the largest non-kinship in Allegheny County, helping families and young people having issues that might have to be out of their home for a little period. We have great people that step in and support those young people. We have family service programs that come in where families are in danger of losing their children, and we come into their house in a crisis situation and build the strengths of the family so they can keep their children at home, strengthen the family, move in the right direction. We have an employment institute that 40 other agencies use, so we got a lot going on.
And, you know, the need for Auberle is greater now than in the past, if for no other reason than the national opioid epidemic is really taking its toll here in western Pennsylvania, and that is resulting not in just the people who are aging out of foster care and having a tough time in finding that as a viable alternative, but many parents who get wrapped up in addiction and then are unable to care for their kids.
Yeah, that's a huge problem, and I don't know how many people think about, you see on the news almost every night the police come into someone's house, the parents are passed out or addicted to drugs. Auberle runs emergency shelter 24 hours a day, 365 for those children. We also work with their parents. We have drug abuse programs, but this is becoming a crisis in western Pennsylvania. Normally what we see with kids coming into care is kids come into care usually toward the end of September. School starts, teachers and school nurses notice things. They start to report things, and number of kids in care and families in service rises starting in late September to about April and then falls. For the last year, none of that has happened. Over the summer, Department of Human Service in Allegheny County have had 200 more kids come into care since July 1 to mid-August, primarily as a result of the parents having a substance abuse issue and being unable to take care of their kids. All the families now coming into service in Allegheny County, 30% of them are the result of drug abuse by the child's caregiver that's impacting and hurting the ability of the family to function. Not that the kids are doing something, but the families are unable to take care of their children. And as you know, particularly in an opioid issue, that path back from that is really long, frequently fraught with setbacks. So there's a real need to strengthen that family, and foster care parents are really unsung heroes in the region to step in there and not kids, but model behaviors, and we all kind of learn work ethic and parenting from our parents, and foster parents do a tremendous job for that. We have a huge need for that in Western Pennsylvania.
So if you're thinking about becoming a foster parent, now is the optimal time to do it, because the need has never been greater. And what we're doing on October 3rd at Stage AE, benefiting Auberle and all the great work that they're doing, not just in McKeesport and around Western PA, right downtown at the 412 Youth Center. This is one heck of a night where people can come and be highly entertained. What we do is we get Rick Witkowski, the incomparable Rick Witkowski, to put together an all-star band, and we just rotate awesome singers from around town. We had Donnie Irish, Joe Grishecki, Scott Blasey, Clinton Clegg, Kiki Brown is doing it this year too. Jimerson has always been there. Jimerson comes out and does the night. And then, he'll join in at the end. We've had Max Somerville in the past from Recluse and Morgan Arena. And this year, I know we've got a big star coming in Chris Jameson. Nice.
Yeah, from the Voice. That's pretty cool. His trajectory's really on an upward path, and that'll be pretty neat. There's always old favorites and new blood that voices carry.
Go to auberle.org, AUBERLE.org, and click on the link for Voices Carry. Get your tickets and join us for the huge event that goes on at Stage AE. Now, Bill, Val, you guys have been there in the past.
Yeah, it's a great event.
It's such a great event.
It's a lot of fun. This is the 13th one, so join us on October 3rd at Stage AE. John Lydon from Auberle, thanks so much for your time this morning. Greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you soon, bud.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
We'll see you.